So here we go, game number 2 between Razzman and P.Uri.TAnner, and Razzman is coming in here again with some words for the community, calling that Adler once more is to blame for everything. As I say, I agree here. Adler should be blamed for everything. If you ever lose a game, blame Adler. Yeah, and also saying if he wins this, he's the best game player the game has ever seen. So let's see. A lot of them on the line there. Also some banter there with WARNO, but we'll leave that to those two. So we have some Me8s coming in here, some Strellas, couple of BMP3s, and Co for Tanner, as Tanner coming in with 39 guards here on Vertigo Duelist. And we haven't seen this map in tournaments yet, as this is the new version of Vertigo. We have a bit of a change up to the capture zones, which is quite nice. I enjoy this map a lot. The Charlie zone here and the smaller zone around Deltas and Bravo up here makes it play a good bit different. I kind of missed the two rear zones up here and up there. Not having super fast zones makes it play a bit different as well. It might be a bit too slow. In my eyes, it would be nice to have a +2 zone on either side here. Or maybe even in here. Like, if you want to make it different, why not make it this way different? And have like a +2 zone over here and a +2 zone over here. Yeah. Just my cup of tea. Or maybe just make it a +1 zone, but make it a zone. Yeah, well, let's see how it all goes. As on the right side, we have now Razzman setting up his things. Bradley's and 150s, Stingers, Chaparrals. Good couple of Milan 1s here again? Or are these Milan 2s? No. Razzman, a fan of the Milan 1. M1 Abrams moving around as well. Yeah, we're gonna see a good couple more M1 Abrams now with 24th coming around. Though they're with the National Guard. National Guard version, by the way, of the vehicles, of the M109, of the Abrams, and the Apache, now gonna come in on normal VET, and like on 1 VET, and not on the -1 or 0 VET that they were coming in the first build of the test build. So National Guard gonna be a good bit stronger, and 24th will be a really powerful division. I have played some games around with Vulcan that will go on YouTube soon. And yeah, really enjoying them there. But let's get into the action here. We have Bradley's coming around. M150s. Good amount of infantry here. And on the other side, just a lot of BMPs. BMP3s and BMP2s. We also have the Me8s with rocket pods here. Trying to get into position with some Moto Rajuetka. And this is going to be an interesting game. I wonder who will come out on top. First game, Tanner just not quite up there with the micro. But I feel like, and both these divisions are really strong. Like, I know a lot of people will say 8th is the strongest division in the game at the moment. I know a good couple of people will also say that 39th is the strongest division in the game at the moment. So it's a pretty powerful matchup for sure. And I'm really interested to see which one will come out on top. In my eyes, 39th is a bit better fitting with the long-range ATGM on this map than 8th, as Milans especially are a bit meh. But, I mean, you also can come in with toes in that division. Yeah, fighting Falcons here. Getting a good hit, but not quite getting the kill there on the Me8. Me8 will be out of action for a while, though. You don't want to use that one. F16 being called home here now. As it connected there nicely with a Sidewinder. F16 coming in again. Actually finding the spot and getting the kill there. Okay, Me8 down. F16 might go down as well, though. Has to be careful. Trellas finding in a couple more shots here. Not finding the hit, though. But that F16 not gonna have a nice trip home. Like, that thing is nearly ripped apart. So that the mechanics will have their fair share of time to try to deal with all that repairs. MP3s moving around here. M150. Small little boys with tow ATGM moving around. Whilst we have more BMP2s rolling in here with Motostrelkis, some BMP2s and BMP3s. coming in numbers, together with a fair share of Motostrelkis slowly pushing forward. BMPs now starting to open up fire, as the Jägeraufklärer here did engage. Jägeraufklärer under heavy fire. We'll have to disengage there. Trying to move back. Down to 1 hit point. +2 for Tanner. Jägeraufklärer down. Polomachiki and Motostrelki moving around in the north. Once we see more and more BMPs rolling slowly in here. BMP2's hitting. M1 Abrams rolling in on the other side. M151 CP getting the capture here now for Razzman, who fell a bit behind. The MP2s here also hitting hard. No ATGMs around, no tanks around to deal with any of these. And no own IFVs either, as 8 just doesn't get any Bradleys. Won't get any Bradleys with the Bradley, like outside of Recon ones, but won't get any M2 A's or A1s either. MP2s and BMP3s here moving around. Starting to move closer. Motostrelkis. Ooh, Jägers here in a rough position. Getting caught out in the open. Getting hit pretty hard there. On the way into the other building. These guys will most likely get eliminated in a second here. Razzman at least getting them out alive for now. As BMP2s and BMP3s keep on pushing forward. E2 recon helicopter sitting around in the north. At least in the north there is a chance here for Razzman to maybe take this all over. And the CP actually tries to go for this spot in the south though. I'm not sure if that's the right choice. BMP3s and BMP2s engaging here. Engineered Dragon. A bit too few to really make a difference as more and more BMP2s come around. There is an M1 Abrams on the way, as there is a good couple of mech rifles on the way as well, but the amount of autocannon firepower starts to grow and grow. ATGMs here will need to find some hits finally, but will get hit instead. M150 here getting hit by BMP2, and Tanner just keeps the printer on. BMP3s and BMP2s coming in and coming in and coming in. Jägeraufklärer here getting hurt. As Motostrelkis coming along. PP moving in. ATGMs trying to get some nice hits. More and more units coming in from the rear. Bradley sitting out there in the open. And we see more LGBs coming around. This time around though, from Razzman. F111 getting a nice hit here. Getting a good kill on an enemy CV. So, yeah, Razzman would need the CV up here. Could get on a nice tick here with that. As another F111 actually coming around. That's an interesting choice. This is quite pricey. Now getting hit, it means that the repair will be pretty long as well. The Abrams for sure a good choice. No E80 BVKs or BVs on the other side just yet. BVK finally coming in for the north. We also have a MiG-27 with a guided bomb. Not getting its bomb dropped off though. Stinger and Chaparral both missing. Not getting the revenge hit, but meanwhile over here, BMPs moving forward. Not getting the hit on the M1 Abrams over here, but the Abrams also starts to get stressed out. BMP2s moving around, getting some nice hits on the engineers and the engineered dragons. ATGM getting a nice hit there on the Abrams. Abrams is stunned. Will need some nice assistance there to get out alive. Motostrelkis slowly pushing forward. Good couple of BMPs here rolling in. Whilst we have BMP2s and BMP3s engaging onto the engineered dragon. ATGM over here not finding the hit. CP moving up to the north, trying to get the capture zone in there. Whilst we see a lot of BMP2s And BMP3s here setting up for a second push. This is 12, 13 BMPs here pushing forward. And there's only an Abrams on the other side. Mech rifles, obviously with Dragons, can deal with a few of them as well. But if they all start to fire at the same time, this is critical mass here. And I'm not sure what we will see here from Razzman to stop this. Stingers trying to get some hits here. BMP3s and BMP2s will open up on it though. M1 Abrams in trouble. Mech rifles trying to get into cover. As we see some Kanonenjagdpanzers actually show up. M1 Abrams down to 1 hit point. Bradley might get hit here as well. Gets killed. This is really unfortunate. M1 Abrams goes down as well. And the BMP swarm here is real. The BMP swarm is real here. More and more of these guys slowly pushing forward. More cities needed here for Tanner, as at the same time we see Razzman at least capturing the other side of the map. And at least the F-111s did a good job here. But mech rifles and Jaegers not really doing the job here against the mass swarm of BMPs that is pushing forward here for the 39. Yeah, you would need a couple of M1s, like 2 M1s or 3 M1s, so that they always, like 3 M1s I guess would be best, so that they always one-shot a BMP, and then you slowly but surely whittle the numbers down, because as soon as they lose critical mass, the BMPs also become a lot less scary. But the current critical mass is absolutely spooky here. Kanonenjagdpanzers, not really the solution in my eyes. So we have Mi-8 helping out here against the mech rifle as well. Mech rifles at least getting a couple of BMPs killed. 1 BMP3, 2 BMP2s going down here. And they're not cheap, like especially BMP3s. They don't come for free. BMP3s nowadays cost 85 points, so you can't just lose them and be fine. Tow Cobra going down on the other side though. Kanonenjagdpanzer trying to engage here onto some infantry, but all the infantry of Razzman is gone. In the north, desperate defend here as the F-111 actually comes around, and that one doesn't quite kill the KDBVK. Gets a good close hit, but doesn't get the kill. And that means that Tanner can repair it, come around later. +2 currently for our player in blue is nice. As an M1A1 comes up. I like that. An M1 Abrams following. Like, yes, that's what we needed. But it's a bit late for this now. And Recon is quite lacking here. Try to help out with all of this. And we see the point tick now stop as Tanner gets the CV into the zone. I don't believe we will see Razzman in the zone anytime soon. As the Kanonenjagdpanzer tried to move forward, one of them already taken out. The others tried to fight back. F-111 coming in for F-16 coming in for the Mi-8 rocket. Trellas not quite good enough to get the kill, but Mi-8 rocket still alive as well, so F-16 will get out alive, but it didn't do its job. Motostrelkis hitting the Kanonenjagdpanzers here, killing off some old vintage tanks there. As we see another M1 Abrams here, slowly but surely crawling over the open field towards the smoke wall, with all the BMPs everywhere around it. These need repair, but it's still 11 BMPs here. There's only one M1A1 on the other side. And yeah, another M1 coming up. And the amount of stuff here on the battlefield for Tanner is for sure spooky at this point. I don't know how you come back here as Razzman. Like, I feel like you need a real strong fist of M1s. But at the same time, whilst you saving up for that, there can be an investment in T-80s, Bs and BVs on the other side. As we see already some T-62 MVs coming in the north. That's an option as well. 2 tank for the BMPs. Well, the BMP still can up off on rear. An A10 coming around. Interesting choice, but there's the Strela still. So I'm not sure how well the Warthog will do here. We will see. But there's, I believe, 4 Strelas and 2 Iglas, so chances are that thing won't do super well either. Bradley, slowly but surely moving around here. Jet moving around. Ural coming in with good supplies. Milan 1 and the M1 and M1A1s moving around. We see more infantry here. Slowly coming in, but it's only Jägers. Jägers with the Panzerfaust 44. Not super scary. SU-24 cluster bombers actually have spotted this. LGB also coming in on target. Cluster will hit. Oh, cluster actually. Yeah, both hitting the same targets here. M1A1 at least not getting hurt, but it's still another tank here down for Razzman without dealing any damage back. And it looks like this might be a draw in our first casted game here. If Tanner can keep it up and keep the pressure up. Like Razzman really will struggle to find a way back in here. Chaparral coming around, Thunderbolt being in the back here. But how you can get back into this town here would need a lot of artillery. And as I said, like a good amount of tanks as well to deal with all the BMPs, as 6 of them now might hunt down the M1A1 here. And you really need to be careful there. Deal with that. Artillery pieces coming in now as well. Both Strelkies and BMP3s slowly rolling in. This is for sure not an easy game at this point for Razzman. Mi-8 rocket moving north. We have a good amount of guys everywhere around here. BMP3s slowly moving up there as well. Brothers setting up nicely on the defense. Group here in the rear. 4 Stellas. An Igla. A couple of Motostrelkies. MiG-27 LGB coming around to try to hit the Milan 1. Gets a nice hit. Stinger with a nice hit back here. Chaparral moving forward. Jägers on their own. Milan 1 down. SU-27 coming around, trying to fight with the F-16. F-16 actually with double hit. Really lucky there, but over this amount of Strelas, its luck eventually ran out. So F-16 goes down. Ooh, Coop here from the rear. It's a nice hit against the F-111. F-111 down here. Got some hits as well with its LGBs, but the BMP2s slowly moving back. M1A1 doesn't spot the BMP2s here, as it gets hit with some ATGMs. No recon units here with this. And the infantry is a bit too far back. So M1A1 needs to be careful, as there's still 6 BMP2s here. While in the north, a massive assault is getting set up to hit this town. Milan 1's trying to get ready. Bradley and an M1 sitting in there as well, but I'm not sure that you can be ready for this assault here. As the amount of BMPs and co is quite gnarly. Artillery coming in now as well. E8 rockets. Good setup here for sure. Artillery even starts to hit the M1. Stressing it out. Even bring it to half-life. As the Igla here on the fire. BMP2 is now moving forward. ATGMs flying in. Jaegers being the first one to suffer. As M1 Abrams needs to disengage here. Jaegers and M1 Abrams in a lot of trouble. T-62s and BMP-2s hitting the mech rifles here. Mech rifles most likely gonna get wiped out in a second. The Milan 1 below it won't survive much longer either. As we see more and more BMP-3s, S-24s and MiG-27s coming around, will hit pretty hard. Cluster bomber. One SC-24 cluster bomber going down. The laser guided bombs from the other side not really hitting home either though. Going down here now as well. As the artillery piece keeps on giving. In the south. Setup still relatively unchanged. Tanner is back to a +1 here now. BMP-3s move forward. Milans and M1A1s in trouble. The BMP-3 and BMP-2 swarm really strong here. And Mi-8s in a lot of trouble. Cheeky moving back. And yeah, on this map is really good for ATGMs. So the BMP-2s and BMP-3 swarm really strong, especially with the long-range firepower of the BMP-3 as well. With its long-range AHE gun. And if you don't have anything like, as I said, like a good couple of M1 Abrams together or so, then it will be tough to stop this. And the snowball was really strong in the early game by Tanner. So I'm not certain if there's any hope here now to get back from this. But M1 and Co moving forward. BMP-2s get hit. Bullet Machiki moving around. Ooh. Mi-24 at least gets killed at the same second as the F-16, so F-16 at least trades there. A-10 Thunderbolts trying to come in the north, but there's just nothing spotted. Okay, there's a good amount of BMP-2s here coming in the center. A lot of them get slaughtered. So the A-10 there, killing off 2 BMP-3s. Already doing a decent job with that. Ito here not in a great spot though. BMP-2s at least get through. M1 will come in. M1A1 in the south went down though. That's another issue. Heimatschützen here in a lot of trouble. As the M1 Abrams tries to push forward. Polomachiki not with a hit on the Chaparral at least. Heimatschützen coming in there. But +2 here. Now by a good bit ahead. Is T80 BVK and T62 here. Setting up for some refueling and repairs. Motorwachevetka trying to get in places. Cobra though. Coming around over here. M1 Abrams at least gets sniped. But the Tow Cobras will do their job. MP2 goes down. Another tank down in the north. Tanks in the south not really having a much better time. As we see Razzman getting in here with a CV. But I'm not certain how long that will hold. And even the northern zone here is pretty open. Like, Tanner this time around, the one with a lot more resources. MP2 coming in, SU-24 trying to get a nice hit in. Killing off both Milan ones with its bombing run there. Good job. Jaeger going down as well. So it's kind of only the CV by now. And we have more BMP-2s here. Together with some recons coming in, so that won't stay the same for much longer. Another M1 coming in for a north, but this game is kind of over. Tanner this time around having the way better trades. And having a really gnarly game plan here from the get-go. Executing it quite nicely. Couple of EMPs moving forward, and it seems like Razzman is not the best WARNO player here, after all. As he said, if he would win this, he would be the best WARNO player there is. And it seems like that hasn't been the case, so we have it confirmed. Razzman, not the best WARNO player. But still a good series here. Really entertaining games. And a good show off how and why the 39th is so strong. with those 80 gems on the BMPs just flying forward and a lot of firepower everywhere. And yeah, BMP2s and BMP3s, absolute killers here. The real machines of this, and stopping that ain't easy. Once it starts to snowball, it takes a lot of effort to get back in there. So, well played by Tanner. Well deserved point split in my eyes, as Razzman played the better game number one. So, yeah, good series. We're looking forward to see both of these players in the upcoming matches in the tournament over the upcoming weeks. And yeah, with that said, we gonna go into another series between